So I want to rank Frederic Malle fragrances, or at least attempt. This is difficult to do because some of the ones that are on the bottom of my list used to be towards the top. I would almost buy them. But after wearing them more, I find things that I might dislike. Some of the ones on the top of the list, I feel like maybe they're just not for me. There's many things with this line that are to talk about. Um, so I just want to say there's a decent amount of Frederic Malle fragrances that I haven't tried, and there's reasons for that. Some of the ones that I haven't tried, um, Nora Pisces, I want to try that one, but I don't even see it being sold on Frederic Malle's website. I don't see it at retail stores like Neiman Marcus or Saks. I think they used to have like the big bottles only for sale. I do see them at discounters, but Frederic Malle fragrances tend to be faked a lot. I just don't like risking buying Frederic Malle fragrances or Tom Fords from discounters because of the potential of buying a fake. I'd prefer to just buy them at full retail with some kind of discount, like 25% off at Neiman Marcus or something for Black Friday. But Nora Pisces, I feel like would be towards the top of this list if I had to guess. I heard good things, the notes look good, it sounds good. I think it would be unique and different. Um, Outrageous is one that I've smelled in stores, and I thought it was nice, just a fresh one. Nothing special. I feel like a lot of Frederic Malle's fresh fragrances aren't really that special, which is kind of strange. I usually like fresh fragrances, but I don't think this is the brand really for fresh fragrances that much. Cologne Biggerade. I've smelled Biggerade Concentrate, but I haven't smelled Cologne Biggerade. I feel like from what I heard, that's just a weaker Biggerade Concentrate. I'm not sure. Let me know if anyone knows what's the difference of those. I don't see a lot of things written about Cologne Biggerade. Dries Van Noten, I have not smelled that. I would imagine it's a nice niche vanilla or amber or something. I think that would be towards the middle of this list if I had to guess. I heard it's a nice sandalwood, maybe on the top. I've heard good things. Hopefully they re-release it and I can smell it. La Perfume de Teresa. I've just never sampled this. Once again, they only sell the big bottle. It's hard to find in stores, and it doesn't look like it would be for me, like a watermelony classic fragrance, geared towards more feminine. I just never feel the need to really sample that one, so that's not on this list. Cell Goose, I never sampled that one because it has bubble gum in the note. I just don't think I would like it at all. That would probably be at the bottom of this list too. The Moon, I want to sample that. I feel like it would be towards the bottom, like probably amber woody synthetic oud, fruity ouds. They're just not my thing. That fruity oud. Um, the Night Dawn, I haven't sampled. It's hard to find samples, and if I do, they're super expensive, and I feel like they would be watered down, and they never have them at the store. So I want to smell those. I think they would be towards the top of this list. I think they would be nice ouds. Way too expensive though, I'm sure. Anyway, so let's start. Let's start on. We'll go on the bottom of the list on the way up. So my least favorite from the brand is Lipstick Rose. A lot of people like this one. I think it's one of the only Frederic Malles I do not like. It's like raspberry. It's not even really irisy to me. It's like raspberry lipstick. I mean, I guess it's irisy, the lipstick, but it's just synthetic, like raspberry candy. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's not for me. It is super feminine, I think. It's just synthetic-y. raspberry candy lipstick. Something about it is like piercing. I don't think it's good personally, or it's not my taste. There's just nothing about that one I like. It's probably the only Frederic Malle that I would not really want a bottle of. Even if I collected all of them, I would probably leave that one out. I just don't like it. So let's see. I have 25 on this list. Let's go with the next one, 24. I'm going to go with, this is a tough one between number 23 and 24, but you know what? Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. Number 24 for Un Flor de Castille. So this one, I feel like this one could change. I used to think it was unique and different. And I do like the opening. It's one of the most unique, better openings of any Frederic Malle fragrances. Once again, all of these fragrances besides the Lipstick Rose I like. But this one, the opening is unique, like a dirty flower in a unique way that I haven't really smelled, like an animalic flower. I mean, I've smelled animalic flowers, but this one is unique. It's challenging. I feel like this one would be hard to wear out. It's more, I don't want to say it's artistic or artisanal or anything, but it's one you would wear more for the art or for yourself. I feel like, at least on the opening, the first 30 minutes or so, really. The issue I have with this fragrance is the mid to the dry down. It has this vanilla in the base, I think, which a lot of Frederic Malles do have vanilla in the base. That's probably kind of one complaint I have about Frederic Malle. He tells his perfumers, "Oh, just add some vanilla." From what I heard in an interview, when they're supposed to have free range, and they might have not added that vanilla in the base. Maybe it was an Aura Pisces. I've heard that about. But anyway, this Un Flor de Cassis, it becomes like a bad lotion, like just a cheap lotion that doesn't smell attractive. The dirty flower goes away, and it's like this vanilla-y, lotiony that doesn't even smell nice. It would be better just with the regular lotion. So although I do like the opening to the mid, the dry down just smells like a bad lotion that's not attractive. It doesn't smell good. And I mean, maybe it's just on my skin. Maybe I need to try it on clothes, but that dry down really just kills the fragrance for me. Yeah, I still like, it's still decent, with the opening really good. It transition, it brings me coming back to it, trying to wear it. But at least for the dry down, I wouldn't buy a bottle probably. But it's not bad. It's better than most designers. It's interesting still. It's a great addition. It's just not for me. So number 23. I'm going to go with Cologne Indelible. So this one, it's good, but it reminds me of that Tom Ford Neroli Portofino. It's been done so many times. I don't think Frederic Malle was the first to do it. It's those kind of fragrances give me like kind of a grape juicy vibe, maybe a white grape juice or something. And although it's good, it's just kind of boring. It's not my thing. It's a decent cologne. I prefer like the traditional cologne, 4711 or Chanel's Eau de Cologne or Dior Homme Cologne. This cologne Indelible, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It has that Neroli vibe to it. And I guess Neroli is kind of boring to me. They all smell similar, these Neroli fragrances. I've smelled so many. I could make a video of just talking about Neroli fragrances that smell similar and ranking them. Now, I would rank this up there as one of the better ones in that genre. But that's why that's so low on this list. So let's go number 22. This is a tough one again between 21 and 22. Um, you know, I think I'm actually gonna switch these around a little bit. No, I'm gonna keep it how it is. Number 22 is the new one that I got in this pouch right here. Acne Studio. So I got two samples. Was it two? I think it was two for like $14, $15. I don't know. And it came in this pouch. So this one is priced at $2.95. I feel like that was a mistake. Maybe they're trying to split profits with Acne Studio, so that's why they priced it so high. Now, this one is like the opposite of Un Florida Cassis. The opening is really clean and good. I really like the opening on this one. I feel like a lot of people into Frederic Mall might not like that opening. Kind of MFK, but totally different. Kind of like, MFK feels like laundry sheets. This Acne Studio smells like you just opened up the laundry before it goes in the dryer, like maybe some kind of steam effect or something. The issue I have with this is the mid shortly after for me. Maybe it's just my skin again, but after 5 or 10 minutes, I get this like this violet candy, the sweet candy, and it's just not good. Like, why mix violet candy with this clean smell? I wish the clean smell was they just kept it like that, minimal, and it would have been nice. But like, why do I want to wear something clean and then smell like I've been eating, these candies? And then the dry down, it gets even more pronounced. These violent candies, it becomes sugary, vanillic, and yeah, like I was excited for the opening, but the dry down, it's not for me. It ruined the fragrance for me. Um, I feel like it's like lipstick rose mixed with an MFK kinda, and then lipstick rose is even more candy for me, but this one is more violet. Instead of like red, I get more purple. And this one is more modern, I would say. I like it better than lipstick rose, but it's not bad. I think it's a good, clean fragrance, and I think they're trying to hook people in the opening. I just think the violet should have been left out, or something else should have been added into it. Maybe a little bit of vanilla or tonka, it would be okay, but the candied violet just didn't do it for me in this fragrance. So the next one. This one's a tough one because I like this fragrance. Oh, it's tough. You know, it's not for me. I kind of want to move these around. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to move this around a little bit. So number 21, we'll go with, this is tough because they're starting to get good. But I'm going to go Angelique Solaplu. I'm going to go with that one. This is one I would almost buy, but the issue is, the issue for me is the longevity. It only lasts 5 minutes. And I'm not exaggerating, 5 minutes and it's gone. And it's nice, but I'm not trying to empty out a bottle, a $200-$300 bottle in one day. I still would probably almost buy it because it is good. It's got a little bit of pencil shavings, woody, cedar, similar to French Lover, but French Lover is better. And there's a Hermes one that's better too. I just think you can get better out there. There's some diptyques. It's just not worth it. I like John Claude Elena, but the 5 minutes lasting, maybe I need to wear it more. Maybe it will last longer on clothes. I'm not sure, but for now, that's where it stands. So the next one on this list, I think it would be at number 20. I'm going to go with the Magnolia one. Here's the reason for the Magnolia one. I like this one too a lot, but it comes off as synthetic-y a little bit and a little bit of cleaner. And I feel like I might have heard someone say this before, but when I smelled Chanel Cristal EDT, I felt like that is a better version than Frederic Malle's Eau de Magnolia. I think this Eau de Magnolia was copying Cristal EDT, and they didn't do it that good, as good. I think there's also like a Xerjoff as well that does something similar. Um, I think there's a Roja too. Like it's good. It's good. I like this one. I wouldn't mind owning a bottle maybe one day, but for now that's where it sits for me. Um, let's see, what number are we at? We are at, let's see, we did 21. 20, I think we're at 19. I'm just, this one was sitting at 21. I moved it up to 19. Liz Mediterranean. I like this one. It's not for me because it has vanilla in the base. It's a nice, fresh, seawater one that I really like. I almost bought a bottle, but the vanilla in the base just turns it sweet for me and kills the freshness. I don't see why they put it in there. That's why it's so low on the list for me. Probably to make it more mass appealing, to add longevity. That's pretty much it. I really like it, but the vanilla kills it for me. So we did 21, 20, 19. I think we are at number 18. So number 18, oh, this is tough. Actually, I think this is a top 24 list. I don't know. Let's forget about the numbers and just keep going up the list. So the next one will be Bigger Aid Concentrate. I'm gonna go with that one. The reason this is so low on the list is because I get cumin in it. Maybe it's the hay note, but it smells like sweatiness to me. I think it's really good. I still like it, but the cumin makes it a little challenging. But it is nice. The hay, the orange, summery, like it's a good vibe and it's unique. Just the cumin, a little weird for me. All right, the next one, we're going with the geranium one. This is tough too. Look, this one's good. It's a toothpaste fragrance. It smells like toothpaste. It's a little weak for me. It's really weak for me, at least from the sample I tried. It's a nice, fresh toothpaste. It's unique. It's artistic. Waking up in the morning, smelling like you have fresh brushed teeth. I mean, it's good. So the next one, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me for putting this so far up the list compared to these other ones, but I'm going Uncut Gem. This used to be probably my least favorite. I remember when I first smelled it in the store, I'm like, just no, boring. I didn't think much of it. I'm just like, nope, that's it. I just thought like basic mid-90s fragrance, a curved fragrance or something. Smelled kind of little classic to me, like just nothing. I didn't think anything of it. But when I tried it on skin, I thought it was better, I wore it. It lasts, for one thing. It lasts probably because all of the Ambroxan and Amberwoods. It lasts. It's grown on me though. I feel like, for one, the price is ridiculous. That's why I won't buy it. This list is independent from the price. The price does not affect the list. But just to say, I just want to say the price is ridiculous. I don't know why they charged, $295 USD for a 50 ml when, this I don't know what's expensive in this fragrance. Maybe they could have listed that. I mean, what is it? A high quality Ambroxan? I mean, I feel like I wish they did like Leslie and Doblas and list the ingredients. You know, Frederic Malt sometimes does that with like Portrait of a Lady. Oh, this has 200 roses in it. But this one, what's the excuse of charging so much? I feel like they just thought it would be mass appealing, so they charged a bunch because they thought it would sell a lot. But yeah, I don't think they should have charged that much. But anyway, it smells nice on me. You know, I feel like I think this has angelica root, like some greenness, and some ginger. You know, those mixed with Ambroxan and a little bit of amber woods is somewhat unique when I think about it. I keep trying to think like what smells like this, and I don't really know what does. I feel like it's a niche version of like designery done well. Like a lot of niche still use amber woods and Broxton, but they all smell kind of similar in a way. This one doesn't smell similar to a lot of things, and it's pleasant. Now, I don't know if this would move up the list or down in the future. I feel like it would stay in the middle at best. It might go down. I don't see it going in top 10 or anything, but it's a nice addition. I wouldn't want to see a bunch of stuff like this in Frederic Mall's line though. But, you know, it's cool that he did something like that. I feel like, you know, I think I heard someone or maybe Frederic Mall say it was like a missing link in the collection. You know, I can kind of see that. I think they probably could have did more. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. You know, ginger and the angelica root. Maybe it would have went too weird. But you know, it smells nice. There's none of that bubble gumminess in it for me. It doesn't smell like a blue fragrance. It doesn't smell like a, you know, an amber fragrance. I don't get like super designery woody ambers like, you know, Wanted by Night by Azzaro or anything like that. But it's unique. But yeah, it has those synthetic aroma chemicals in it. And, you know, some people don't like those. I don't like them really. But occasionally they can be good. A lot of people say they don't like them, but then they like fragrances that have them in there. Like I feel like Diptyque's EDP line have amber woods and like every one of them, you know, and people like Diptyque's. They just do it in a better way, you know. And although I probably prefer a lot of Diptyque's EDTs, I feel like they don't have that modern amber woody, you know. A lot of these new niche brands are doing this like really musky base, you know. Sometimes those get kind of boring to me, and I wish they would just leave them out. But anyway, Uncut Gem. Maybe I'll do I probably already did a full review on that. I think I'm not sure. If not, I'll do one. All right, the next one we are gonna go with. Let's see. En Passant. This one's good. You know, it kind of gives me what it is, like 2000s feminine fragrance, but it smells nice. You know, it has a nice floral aspect to it. It has this weediness in it that makes it kind of unique and keeps it from going too floral or fresh, and gives it that niche aspect. It just smells springy, clean, with the unique floral in it. I forgot the flower. I think it's, what is it, hyacinth or something? I'm not sure, but I like En Passant. It's not really bright and happy for me. That's maybe why it's lower on the list and why maybe I wouldn't buy a bottle, but it's up there. It almost breaks into the top 10. So number 12, I think we're at 12 about, is Iris Poudre. So a lot of people say this smells like Grand Ball or Classic Lady. I can see that, but I don't really get that as much as something like Lipstick Rose personally. On my skin, I kind of feel like it's unisex, maybe even masculine. I could see it going either way, feminine, masculine, unisex. It kind of smells designery a little bit, you know. The dry down, I would say, the dry down. I think this has that vanilla in the base that kind of like puts it more designery, mass appealing to me, versus like a classic iris, you know. I think the vanilla kind of keeps it from going too much that way. It's good, but the dry down, I'm always like, you know, it's okay. All right, number 11 is Dandra Bra. So this is one I kept wearing, thinking maybe I'll get a bottle, and it's good. But another one with violet in it. I feel like this has a musky violetness to it, like a purple violet. And maybe in the opening, I think, or the dry down, it has like a dirty musk in it that's a little hard to detect because the clean musk is overwhelming, but it makes it interesting. This slight dirtiness and slight cleanliness, musk working together really well. The thing is, the violet just pierces through and sticks out. And maybe I would like this one more minimal too. Maybe I don't like violet, I don't know, but the violet is too much for me. It just gets boring and I get tired of smelling it. But regardless, it's a good fragrance. It's interesting. I think Frederic Malle might have said this is one of his favorite fragrances, actually, and it has more musk in it than Musk Ravager, which I believe. It's good, but the violet keeps it from breaking into the top 10 for me. So number 10, Monsieur. This one is like Portrait of a Lady, but without the rose. It has rum in it. I don't like booty notes, but I don't really get rum. You know, this one is more masculine to me if I had to pick. Whereas a lot of Frederic Malles I feel like are unisex. This one is patchouli done right. It's patchouli, it smells good, it's unique, it's niche. There's not much to say about it. It's a nice patchouli. It doesn't give me like smoke shop vibes or old school or anything like that. It smells nice and it's strong, it lasts. Number 9 is the Vetiver. So this is one of the first ones I've smelled, and I haven't had a sample in years, but I keep thinking back to it. I used to get like kind of like old house with somebody cooking something with some spices in the background, some vetiver. I need to smell it again, but it's a good vetiver. I feel like there's better out there, but it's unique. It's one of the unique ones, and it doesn't get too boring for me. Number 8, Carnal Flowers. So an interesting story. One day I wore Carnal Flower on one wrist and Uncut Gem on the other one. And I smelled Uncut Gem and I'm like, yeah, that's better, thinking it was Carnal Flower, which is funny, you know. I think I just like Uncut Gem better on my skin, but Carnal Flower is good. It has this unique floral opening, like realistic florals that are unique, and tuberose. This also has, I think, vanilla in it, which isn't a bad thing in this fragrance. I feel like this dries down to a sunscreeny vibe, which I don't mind. I like sunscreeny fragrances. It gives me the vibe that I'm at the beach or something. It's a good spring fragrance. Maybe this will lean too feminine for some people. I don't think it matters with this one. Like sunscreen, floral, I don't see that being at a specific gender or anything too much, but it is white floral, light white floral, florally, tuberose, sunscreeny, but it's just done so well. It evolves, you know, it changes, it smells unique, high quality ingredients, best of the genre, one of the better tuberose, if not the best that I've smelled, even though I don't really like tuberose like a lot. If it's done well like this, it smells good. That's why it's so high on the list. Number 7. So this could change. Heaven Can Wait. I tried it and immediately was confused because all I really got was clove, clove, clove. It's really weak, I feel like. But the clove, when it dries down, it just works. It smells pleasant, good, soft. And I think it's a nice addition to Frederic Malle fragrances. Now, there's probably other fragrances that I haven't smelled that smell similar to this in the past. I think there's Hermes one I've heard mentioned to it. But I like this one. I keep thinking about it, and I might buy a bottle one day. A little pricey again. I think it's in their mid-range, 275 for 50 ml USD. But it's a nice clove fragrance. If you like cloves, it can add something to the collection because there's not a lot of modern clove fragrances, and I like this one. It's good. I'll have to wear it some more though, because if all I keep getting is clove over and over, I might get bored of it. I don't know. But at the moment, this one's sitting at number 7. So, number 6. This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Rose Tenaire. It used to be called Un Rose. Now, this one just smells good. It's almost like I'm smelling real rose. Like it makes me feel happy to smell it. It smells so good. Mixed with the Gastorium. I think it has wine leaves in it. I don't really get anything winey. I don't like boozy notes. I think it has truffle, like some earthiness. Like this could easily be number 1. I feel like it's good. Let's just talk about number 4 because they're comparable. Or number 5, Portrait of a Lady. Like, I could switch these. I feel like Rose Tenaire could easily beat Portrait of a Lady. I probably would buy Rose Tenaire before Portrait of a Lady, but I think the reason I say that, though, is because Portrait of a Lady has been copied so many times. But I'm giving Portrait of a Lady the edge because it's one of the first, if not the first, patchouli rose in that kind of style that Frederic Malle did it. And it's still the best in my opinion. Rose, patchouli, all the other ones, I've smelled probably dozens that smell similar. They don't smell as good. Portrait of a Lady keeps me coming back because I keep trying to figure it out. Like, do I like it? Do I don't? I keep giving it like 8 out of 10 stars. I'm like, it's good, but this or that, and I think it probably has some synthetics in it. And maybe I feel like Rose Tenaire could beat this, but maybe I'm giving it to Portrait of a Lady because, if there wasn't all those other clones, like, it's a good rose patchouli, if, one of the better ones, but whereas Rose Tenaire, I feel like it's almost a tie on this one. Let's just go ahead and go to number 4. L'Eau de Hiver. So this one, I when I first smelled it, I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it smells kind of designery or basic. But the more I smell it, it transports me to a place. I think the story is like snow melting in the forest and something like that, and I kind of get that. It paints an image in my mind and transports me to a place, which is what I like in fragrances. It's almost like I'm taking a journey and traveling. And L'Eau de Hiver does that, and that's why it's so high on this list. That might be the next bottle I get if I purchase one. But yeah, it's good. So let's go number 3. This is a bottle I own that is, I guess, somewhat discontinued or rebranded, renamed. It's Synthetic Jungle. I'll review it. I have a full bottle. Synthetic Jungle, I seen at Estee Lauder's cosmetic company store. So maybe they're trying to get rid of Synthetic Jungle because they are rolling out Synthetic Nature. I don't know why they. I didn't. Almost didn't want to buy Synthetic Jungle because of the name. I don't like the name. I think it was a bad choice, like copying by Kalen or something. It's like I don't like how Frederic Malle like does that. Like, oh, we can use high quality synthetics and make it smell good, or like Rose and Queer. There's no real rose on this. We use geranium and what else do they use to make the rose accord? I don't know why I can't think of this right now. uh Geranium and wow, I don't know why I can't think about this right now. ah feel like I know, right? Well, I know this, but now I can't think of it. um anyway, whatever they use to make 90% of rose accords, there's like 12 different things, but there's um two main things. Anyway, why are you gonna who like it we know rose accords aren't made with real rose. You're not doing anything new. But anyway, Synthetic Jungle is good. It's one of the best green fragrances I've smelled. It smells green, 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 modern and classic at the same time. Um, Maybe green soapy in a way, a little bit of lily of the valley, but it's strong. It lasts. It smells green, and I like it better than Chanel's Belle Respiro, Chanel's number 19, or Cristal. I haven't smelled the Tom Ford Verts. I heard they are good, but Synthetic Jungle is one of the better green fragrances I like. I like it way better than Creed's Green Irish Tweed. I think this one is just so, it's kind of real. It's kind of natural to me, even though the name's synthetic. I don't like the name Synthetic Nature either. I feel like that's even worse. But yeah, if you want a green fragrance, this one's good. Eris's Green Spell, I think, is good. That one's way weaker, a little bit of ambroxan and orange, but I prefer this one. So number two, this was a tough one. This would have been my number one. This is the first bottle I own. Is Musk Ravageur. Um, this is number two because there's a lot of similar fragrances out there, but I feel like this one is my favorite. Ambery musk. With that logic, I guess I should have put Rose Tenir before Portrait of a Lady, but let's say tie. And I feel like this one in number one could be a close tie. Everyone knows Musk Ravager. I'm not going to talk about that one too much, but, it's just enough animalic in it. A little bit of like a tiry rubberness, amberiness, some fireworks smells. Like it just, and it works. Number one, I'm going with French Lover. I'm going with French Lover because it's a little bit weak, yeah, but it smells unique. It smells like I'm outside in nature. Like, I don't know. It transports me to like different parts of my life outside, and it has that angelica, I think, and I guess that's one of my favorite notes. It's really good. It's just unique. There's nothing out there really like it. It smells good. It's good, and one thing I will say about these Frederic Malle fragrances is whenever I buy bottles, they seem so weak, but then after 6 months, maybe even a year or so, they start becoming stronger. I remember French Lover, like 5, 6, 7, 8 sprays, barely smell it, but then 6 months later, like 4 or 5 sprays, I'm like, wow, this is kind of strong. Now I'm like 2 or 3 sprays. So something about Frederic Malle letting them sit for 6 months, they get stronger. So if you get a new bottle and you think, oh, it's been reformulated, you might have had a bottle that was sitting around for years that just got stronger, or maybe you had a sample that a lot of alcohol evaporated and you're mostly getting oils. That's with any fragrance brand, but I feel like Frederic Malls, that happens a lot. There's one fragrance I left out that I forgot to add in here. I think it is Rose and Queer. So that one would rank probably something like, I don't know. Like, it's good. I like it. But I'd probably put it somewhere in the middle. I just think it's rose and leather, and I don't know. It's just rose and leather. Like, it's good. I'm not the biggest fan of that combination, you know. Maybe it will grow in me. I don't know, but it's my least favorite rose. You know, I'd much prefer Portrait of a Lady or Rose to Near. But it's still good. I don't think I would buy it anytime soon. And once again, this list could change. Um, you know, Frederic Malle supposedly is coming out with a new oud fragrance. Hopefully, that's some real oud at a decent price. You know, not two grand or whatever, or even, you know, synthetic oud at a decent price. As long as it smells good, I feel like it's probably gonna be. I feel like it's probably gonna be a rose oud or a fruity oud. We will see. Um, Hopefully, there's some more decent Frederic Malls coming out. I'm curious to see where the brand goes. Curious to see what Frederic Malle would do now that he's resigned from the company. Hopefully, he opens up his own brand and, you know, releases what he actually likes and maybe uses higher quality ingredients. We'll see. Um, but yeah, I've been wanting to do this list for a while. I just wanted to get to know the majority of the fragrances more. I'll probably do another list in the future. We'll see how this changes. I'll probably be reviewing these in detail as well. A lot of them. We'll see, but yeah, I feel like these lists can vary from person to person, you know. I feel like even me, I could switch these around, like I put Dancer Brawls at like number 11, but you know, I'd probably buy the geranium one or magnolia or you know, in Passant. I'd probably buy those before Dancer Balls. I just think that one is unique. It's different. So I put it there, you know, but this list can always change. But all right, yeah. I wish more videos ranking Frederic Malls or talking about it were out there. I've probably watched most of them that I could find, so I find it interesting to see people's opinions on these fragrances.